Alrighty, we are here, and unfortunately, we have to make some hard decisions. Now, no. I don't know what to choose. And I could bring Haru completely up to speed and ask her to choose, but there's one issue with that. The rest of the videos would be kind of spoiled for her. So, I'm gonna try to do both, but in the interest of the fact that I can't make a decision, I am going to assign heads to Maya and tails to Verso, and I'm gonna flip a coin. I'm just gonna use Google coin flip. And I'm gonna do best of 3. Heads was the first roll, or the first coin toss. Oh my god, heads again. Alright, we have our choice, we have our decision. So, we're going to pick Maya. Wow, starting me off. I should have healed both of them.
Verso, stop! You can't just decide this for everyone!
We're all hypocrites, doing the same thing to each other.
I'm actually gonna spark and then switch into Virtuoso again.
What about Lune and Ciel and Monoko? What about Esquier?
Ciel was right. Grief blinds us. All you see are walls.
Oh, this is gonna hurt real bad.
I've lived a long time, Mael. There are things we can never outrun.
I'm so tired, Verso. Please, can we just go home and talk about this?
Excuse me. Oh. Oh.
Please. Thank you. Stop him from painting.
Don't say that. Please, don't say that.
You can do this, please. Unpaint me. Unpaint me.
Verso.
Please. I don't want this life.
Stop saying
I
that.
don't want this life. I don't want this life.
I just wanted to live this lifetime together. This lifetime that was stolen from us. Please. Bro. Please.
I don't want this life. Help me. Help me.
If you could grow old, would you find a reason to smile?
He brought back Gustav and Sophie. And Renoir? No, it's Verso. He just feels a lot older. Or look. Like a mixture of the two of them. What was that? Oh. I don't like that. He's playing the opening theme. Okay, maybe the opening theme is just playing because cutscenes, but hang on, the Cato wants to be let in. Well, while the credits roll, I'm going to have an eat. I love that purple. Excuse me. I don't know if that came up on my mic, but the cat just jumped onto my dresser. Not 100% sure how I feel about that ending. Painting everyone back in, I have a slight issue with it because it also takes away from the fact that, to our knowledge, they died. But, to be fair, if you were the god of a localized space, would you? It's a very important question. Excuse me. It reminds me a lot of the end of Dawn Trail, when you're on the gondola with Krahatia. And he asks you if there's anyone you'd ever wanted to bring back. And he says that there's someone he wanted to bring back, but more than anything, he wishes that they'd lived. And this is in essence the same situation, except the one general issue, excuse me, is that it's being forced. I don't think Verso was nervous to play because music is his passion. He tells you throughout the game, and even at the end, when you meet the Painted Boy more, the Painted Boy kind of tells you, you know, the canvas is not his, like, passion. Which kind of supports my thought that Verso is a gifted painter, like his mom, but his passion was music and he was taken too soon. And at the end here, Maya definitely brings him back. She paints him back in. And the fragment of his soul is still painting. Excuse me, I'm also eating at the same time, Lana. But the painted Verso is a different entity. Or at least he's basically grown into his own thing. Just like how the other inhabitants of the paintings have their own things. Alright. Minoko. But yeah, you can see that he's nervous to play, and he's very hesitant to play at the same time. So it's kind of like... It's kind of bad, to be fair. Like I said earlier, if you were the god of a localized space, the one person with, like, extra knowledge might be not so keen. Oh, that's a lovely still image, though. Oh. I can go back, I think. Okay. I think we can get both endings. Wait. Lumiere. Okay. Hang on, my controller's being a little weird. I want to load this one, actually. And see what the other ending is. Oh. No? This one? Yep. Also. Oh, everybody can transform here. Oh, this is gonna be so awkward. Cause he's a level down. I don't know if that'll be a factor. Hang on, my controller is definitely being a bit of a problem. Okay. Okay, it's not moving so drastically anymore. Actually, you know, I think it's fully charged, so I'm gonna actually unplug it. Let's see if the other ending is in words, I'll say better. Um, I'll probably skip through the credits this other time unless I have like a lot to talk about. But there's the previous ending with my L. It's very here and there. You can either unpack a lot, or you can unpack a little. She gets what she wants. She gets to stay in the canvas painting, but she's clearly, you know, being a bit of a localized god. She's the paintress of the canvas now. That's what I saw from it anyway. Because he doesn't play until it flashes back to her. And, you know, she's got her paintress, like, face thing on that shows her, for lack of a better word, her out of canvas self more. Without her eye and everything. And Verso plays after that. And I'm not sure if that's because the fragment of him here thinks to play, or if she just paints the painted Verso to play. It's kind of complicated. And there's a lot to interpret. But the way she also fervently makes him play has kind of like a hierarchy, like, thing to it. I was gonna say ego, but ego is not quite it. It's like godliness. Maybe ego is the right word. Because if she was like very Mael, very caring, then I don't think it would matter so much. I think she would have just left Verso be because he said that he didn't want it. But she definitely kind of like painted a new kind of version for him. Excuse me. But let's do this. We'll skip again, and this time we'll play as Verso.
Here we go.
Verso, stop! You can't just decide this for everyone!
We're all hypocrites, doing the same thing to each other.
God, this is gonna be way harder.
What about Lune and
Excuse me?
Ciel and Monoko? What about Esquier?
Ciel was right. Grief blinds us. All you see are walls.
Okay, definitely need to recover.
I've lived a long time, Mael. There are things we could never outrun.
I'm so tired, Verso. Please, can we just go home and talk about this?
Oh. Hey. Wonderful, go something. Pardon me a moment.
Here we go.
Darn, I forgot that Phantom Strike was a thing. Alright, got the gradient counter. Not sure if I feel good or feel bad about that. Probably should feel bad about it.
Here we go.
Oh god. Okay, calm down. I just want to see the other ending. I'm sorry. I'm so proud I didn't take Ring off. Save me from myself! Okay, I don't fundamentally believe that I can last, so what I'm gonna do is I'm still gonna recover. Okay.
Don't do this. Don't leave me again.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, huh? You've got this incredible power to paint. You'll never have to suffer a life you don't want. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
La la la
Miss you guys. It's okay. It's over. Us.
Miroir du temps, nos histoires s'alignent dans le creux de nos mains. Deux mondes se dessinent, l'un peint de rêve où le chagrin s'efface, l'autre nu et réel où notre deuil prend place. Au lendemain non écrit, sous les étoiles où tout commence, rien ne finit. Dans le dessin, toile vierge, horizon lointain, peignons ensemble les couleurs de demain, au clair obscur, œuvres infinies. Chaque pas trace la route d'une vie. Au lendemain non écrit, sous les
No. Had the game just ended after the fight with Renoir, and he says that he will keep the lights on for Mael, and she jumps back and forth nicely, like every year or so, that would have been a very kind of just like distinct and happy ending. Especially since you're not presented with more, essentially. Is that the concept art for a potential archer? That would have been cool. I didn't notice that the first time, but I did notice this purple, and it's absolutely amazing. Now, God, I'd say now like 17 billion times. If the game did end there, it would have been a very nice, very happy ending. And it would still be an absolute masterpiece, a masterclass of a video game. Despite maybe some of the issues I've had with its performance, in the literal sense, I'm talking about FPS values, dips and bips all over here. Those are other outlying issues. If you have a good enough computer, you'd never experience those. Or if you're smarter than me and you play the game as you should, say like, if I didn't play on 4K, maybe if I played on 2K, then I would have been perfectly fine. But I really like playing the game in 4K. Forgetting about that for a bit though, everything about this game was absolutely wonderful. I haven't been into things too much this year. This is the only, like, essentially retail game that I've played. So I don't know about any other candidates, but given the kind of pickups and put-downs I've seen throughout the year for single-player games, we've had some great ones, but I think this is definitely Game of the Year game. It's got such a wild story, it's got a beautiful environment, everything's amazing about this game. But given that it is on topic, or should be on topic right now, the ending, or rather both of the endings, now, I'm not like a major or expert in the various fields of psychology, but I don't think you need to be too much of an armchair expert or an actual expert to know or realize, even from watching the game be played. Just based on these two endings, the core of the game is escapism versus reality. They could have very easily still had an absolutely banger story about the curator versus the paintress without having the out-of-canvas world. But when you think about it more, or when you get to the ending, that's really how escapism feels from the outside looking in. Or the slow transition from being inside, looking at your situation, to somebody from the outside looking in. You never really know when you found yourself in that situation where you're trying to escape. And you never want to escape. Especially when you have the control that you do. You can successfully be, escape from reality and be very successful, but you know, it's still gonna have relative issues later on. Like with Mael right at the end of her ending, you see her blip into her paintress, and you can't really tell if that's to like scare Verso or to force him to play so that she can maintain essentially the world that she's built. So it's like, it's a very toughie. Because when you see that, and I'm gonna put this to the side. When you see that from her, it is very easy to debate. Well, will she go back at all? Renoir is, for lack of a better word, leaving the lights on for her. But when you see somebody do something like that, you wonder, will they even go back? If they're willing to exert their control on a creation that, you know, very clearly doesn't want to take part of their design, there's a bit of an issue there because, you know, it's clear that she's not going to let the painted world flow, like, properly, essentially. Bringing Gustave back and Sophie back is another indication of that. Excuse me. I want to grab this as a screenshot. Excuse me. But on the flip side, well, there's no real flip side. There's just the two different things related to both endings. She's happy though. She's living. She is living life, and there is always the possibility of her going back, flipping back and forth. That's a distinct possibility. It's just very neither here nor there. Because as she says, as soon as she leaves, Renoir will burn the painting or erase the world. But there's no real guarantee of that. Either. So, you know, when you pick Maya, you see that she very clearly takes all the values of escapism and runs with it. When you take Verso, you take all of the blatant realities that comes with it, or that comes with Verso. One of the things that you don't really see, or I didn't see from the ending, is I saw them all together, right? And I know that Verso stopped painting, and his soul essentially gomaged from the painting, but to me, I think that's just stopping the relative expansion of the painting. Kind of framing up the canvas rather than allowing much for it to, you know, go forward with. In that, like, little world thing there, you see that Lune sits outside of this, like, staging area between... I want to say it's between the canvas and the, non-canvas world, but... I'm not 100% sure. There is a bunch of lore that I missed for this, and things that I don't know, but I think part of the reason Lune doesn't get like Gommage essentially at the end is because she's very accepting of, the finite reality that she's in. The edge of the painting, essentially, where the world doesn't expand past the canvas. She's not happy about it, but she understands. Minoko and Eskie are understanding. Ciel very much doesn't like it, but she's okay with it. She understands. Again, not angry. Lune kind of just refuses. She's just like, I'm gonna stay in the place that I am. And then Verso Gommages too, because he can't essentially exist past the canvas too. And it's bitter. It's not really the end of them, because you can see at the end, once, Verso is fully put to rest, they gommage again, air quotes, but I think that's just because Alicia is seeing them. And the thing is, there's clearly some aspect of magic, so what Verso says about her being a powerful paintress and being able to live happily is kind of stands true. I don't know if they're planning anything for a sequel or anything of the like for this, but like, to be honest, it very much seems that Alicia could repaint a canvas with all of them anyway. But also, we don't distinctly see Renoir erase the painting, so to me that maybe they did it off screen, but like without confirmation of the canvas being destroyed or erased, I think in the ending where we fight as Verso, there's a very high likelihood that the canvas still exists, and Alicia can fill in the gaps and go back in as Mael. And she'll be able to do all of the stuff she wants. She can just bring back Minoko, bring back Eskie, Verso, Gustave, everyone. We see her do it the first time, and there's nothing preventing her from doing that the second time with the canvas. Now, assuming that it is destroyed, though, that's also kind of fine, because, like I said, she can more than likely paint her own canvas. She's a very skilled painter, Verso says it himself. Yeah. There is just stuff back and forth. I see that I don't know if it's pronounced Aline or Line, but she and Renoir seem to be much more accepting of Verso's death. Like, she's not seen leaving or repainting a canvas or anything like that yet, so I think she's very accepting. The main character of the story is really Mael or Alicia. It's not Gustave, it's not Verso. The main character is Mael. And it's wildly brilliant how Verso is put at the center stage and Gustave is put at the center stage constantly, because it kind of gives you a weird sense of like second person view. Mael's story from somebody else's eyes. Except the distinct point where you are actually not in the canvas and you wake up as Alicia in their actual manner and head home. Or not head home, and head over and see what actually happens. You see the prelude and everything. It's a wild time. It also very much explains the separation of red petals and gold petals. Red petals are kind of like full-on erasure. Gold petals are kind of just you leaving the canvas or you being significantly important. But again, there are things that I could have missed, so if things need a follow-up, I will probably try for it. But yeah, that's the end of what is basically the Game of the Year game to me. Amazing gameplay, great story, great characters, great VA, optimization, and a little bit neither here nor there, but I'm also, again, I play the game not as intended. But yeah. As for neither of the endings being distinctly happy, though, I think that's fine. The end theme of the game is definitely escapism versus reality, and that's the thing. With escapism and reality, neither is distinctly happy. Sorry, I'm playing with my pitcher of water, the little lid on it. Because you know, it's a toughie to like think about and talk about, because it's also like really making me think about serious things for a game, but that's the point. It's a masterclass. It's a work of art in its own. Works of art don't necessarily need to impart a feeling of absolute happiness or absolute depression, I'll say. But they're supposed to make you really think. They can just make you really happy. Like, you can play either ending and say, wow, that was just an amazing game, and still be quite happy because you played an amazing game, even if the game wasn't, you know, didn't have a happy ending. Or, you know, on the flip side, you could get one of the endings and you could say, that was an amazing game, but I'm very, very depressed about the ending. But it does a good job of making you think about escapism versus reality, because it's just very distinct that Miles' ending is escapism, and you know, you can see how it makes her very happy, but you can also see how you can get really, really absorbed into escapism. On the flip side, with Verso in reality, you can see how it very much hurts. But that doesn't mean, you know, there can't be a little bits of escapes in reality. How you see that she's clutching the SKA doll, and how she still remembers everyone. There's also a very subtle nod to how you will lose things, essentially, in escapism. The subtle nod to it is in Verso's ending. You see Clair. She's still, like, super mean, but the fact of the matter is that's real blood family that Alicia doesn't have in the painted world. Even with Gustav's sister, you don't really, like, see her too much. And Claire's representation in the canvas world is Gustav's sister. You see her once, and then she goes off to do something else for the entire game, and she only pops back at the end, just like Clair, even though she's mentioned a few times here and there. Oof. That's heavy stuff. Heavy stuff. But a very, very brilliant game, delivered excellently. And I don't know if there are more endings than the two we just covered, but if there are, I'll come back. But just really well structured. That's not the correct word, but gosh, what a damn good game. Well, it's gonna be so difficult to find something that was as good to play. There are content, there is content in the game that I can still do. I'm missing a boatload of achievements. I might look into some stuff and then get back to it, but as of now, I think that's the end of Clair Obscur Expedition 33. And I will catch y'all next time. Ciao.